Okay, we need to have a talk because too many of y'all are commenting on my video saying that you don't want to be alone for the rest of your life, that you don't want to try making friends anymore because it's painful. You'd rather just be alone. Y'all are talking about being alone as if it's a negative, and that's your problem. And you all know what video I'm talking about because you probably found me from that video to begin with. Stop viewing being alone as if it's a negative thing because it's not. In fact, it is the prime opportunity for you to do some growing, for you to do some internal reflection, for you to do some analyzing of just life in general. Too many people these days are afraid to be alone. And you know why? Because when you're alone, you don't have the distraction of outside chit chat, people chattering around you, people distracting you with doing stuff. You don't have distractions, which means you are faced with your own thoughts. It's just you and your thoughts sitting in a room all by yourself. And that's what people are actually afraid of. They are afraid of their own thoughts because when you sit with your thoughts, there are times where you're going to have to face some hard truths about yourself, about situations, about experiences. And you have the excuse of blowing off those thoughts and feelings as long as you stay busy, as long as you stay distracted by outside things, other people, work, whatever. But when you have nothing to distract you and you're just sitting there by yourself, that's when your thoughts can creep in. I have found that for some people, that's a really scary thing because there are people that don't want to face the truth. There are people that don't want to grow. There are people that want to live in ignorance because ignorance is bliss. But it pains me to see my comments when you guys are saying stuff like, I don't want to make friends anymore. I'm just going to be all by myself and I'm just going to be lonely. One, that's the wrong move. And I typically respond to all of y'all that say stuff like that. But again, stop viewing alone time by yourself as a negative thing. I will say being alone and loneliness, there is a difference. Okay, we're not talking about loneliness. We are talking about just being alone. When you're alone and those thoughts creep in, you have to make a decision. Are you going to listen to those thoughts? Are you going to actually pay attention to what your thoughts are telling you? Are you going to actually accept them, embrace them, and do something about it? Or are you just going to go run and hide and pretend like they don't exist and that you have nothing to work on? You're perfect. You're great. And just basically hide yourself from the truth forever. It's basically your two options. When you're alone, aside from listening to your thoughts and kind of like facing some hard truths about yourself, that's also a prime time to kind of look inward. It's your opportunity to discover more things about yourself that you might not be able to when you're surrounded by so much noise, by other people, because they're going to influence you. You may not think it, but typically they are going to have some sort of influence, negative or positive. It's about finding out what areas you can improve on. How can you improve? What are the actionable steps you can take to improve? And then, of course, doing it. It's about learning to build up trust in yourself, learning to trust in the decisions that you make, learning to trust that you will make the right decisions and to follow through in them. It's about building up your confidence in yourself. I'm pretty sure I've said this before in another video, but pouring into yourself, improving yourself is one of the best things you can ever do for anybody in your life. It's one of the best gifts you can give to other people that you love in your life, because by offering them the best version of yourself, you're giving them the healthiest version of yourself. Someone to look up to, someone to be a positive influence on them, someone to encourage positive and healthy habits from them as well. It's the best thing you can give anybody. And I understand that y'all commenting on my videos, this and that, like a lot of you guys are young. And I want to be a voice of reason, a source of advice, trying to teach you guys lessons so that you can learn the easy way and not the hard way like I've had to learn. Although I will say a lot of life lessons are best learned through experience. A lot of you guys are so young, talking about being afraid of being alone. You really just need to reframe your mindset about it. You need to look at it as an advantageous thing, as an opportunity to build yourself up without outside distractions. And frankly, when you build yourself up, when you become a healthy version of yourself, when you become a good version of yourself that you're proud to be, you start attracting the types of people that you want in your life. You start attracting the right people in your life. And then you aren't alone because now you're surrounded by the right people. So stop viewing being alone as such a negative thing, when in actuality, it could be the thing that gives you what you want in the end.